Hi everyone and welcome back for a Hold a Sentence. This is sentence number 3, the last one of the week for Jess in a mess. So hopefully you've managed to keep up and you've done 2 already. Remember, my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn. When it's your turn, you're going to say it out loud so that we don't miss out any words, and then hopefully everyone can get a pat on the back and 3 ticks today. So I did say that it was going to get a little bit trickier. So today you might need to pause the video so that you can do your Fred fingers and things just to work it out, but that's not a problem. Right, my turn. This big trunk is just the thing. Remember when Jess got in a mess and her mum had to use the big trunk to give her a wash? This big trunk is just the thing. This big trunk is just the thing. Now let's have a check at what we need for a successful sentence today. We need a capital letter at the start. We need finger spaces in between our words. At the end of the sentence, we need a full stop. Ha! And once we're done, we'll get our pointing fingers, we'll go back to the start and we'll read it out loud together to make sure that ours both match up and yours is the same as mine. So, my turn. This big trunk is just the thing. This big trunk is just the thing. Now, there's 2 words that I want to practice with our Fred fingers to start with. The first one I'd like to practice is the word trunk. So with me then. Trunk. Watch that special friend there. Nk. Nk. Trunk. The next one I wanted to practice was the word thing. Thing. I always find the nk and the ones are the ones that trick us out, so watch those 2. Tricky words that we need today. Again, I've said it all week, not tricky for us. Who can remember this? Well done if you said this. Now listen carefully, because this one should be at the start of the sentence, which means you need to make this a capital letter. My turn. This big trunk is just the thing. This big trunk is just the thing. Let me show you a capital T. Just as a reminder, I actually think you'll all already know it. And you can pause if you need to practice. If not, one more time before we write it. This big trunk is just the thing. Write it. And let's see how you got on then. If you remembered your capital T at the start of your sentence, give yourself a tick. If you remembered finger spaces in between each of your words, pick one and give yourself a tick. And if you remembered a full stop at the end, give yourself a tick. That's 3 ticks today. If you got 3, give yourself a pat on the back, 2 ticks, a pat on the head, and 1 tick, a finger clap. Now, your challenge for today is I'm wondering if you could go through your sentence and underline any of the special friends that you see. Let me see. Okay, I found 4. I'm not including the special friends for the word the, because we're learning that as a whole word. It's a tricky word. Right, pointing finger. Let's go back to the start and off we go. This big trunk is just the thing. Well done if you got them all right. Go back and underline your special friends and see if you can find 4 too. Thanks, bye.